I'd be nervous.
Hey, yo, what's up, man? Thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of Matchmaker. Before I get started, I would like to do something right quick. First, I would like to ask you guys to subscribe to the page if you on Facebook or YouTube. Make sure y'all subscribe to the page. And the second thing, I just want to give this.
Yeah, make sure y'all go subscribe to my boy Ken page, man.
See, I got to give a round of applause because it's not easy to come up here, man. So when the young guys come up here, I'm always happy because they get the experience of interviewing live, early. And so this is going to be somebody that y'all going to see a lot in the future. So, why not start here? So, I would like to ask this question. Is this your first interview?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and get into it, man. So first of all, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hey, my name's DENARD Isaiah Gamble, and I'm number 00, and I play for the Mad Dolphins,
Okay. So what position are you playing?
tight end and DN
Okay. All right. So how long have you been playing?
for like
3 years.
3 years.
So all those years been with McDolphins?
No, I played 2 years with them, and then 1 year with the Broncos.
Okay. So go
So,
ahead.
so he played his first football season here in Winston Salem, where we from. He started at 8U with the Broncos, Forsyth County Broncos at 8U. Then that he did spring with Voltage. He just had turned 9 in November and did 10U spring with Voltage. And then went on to the McDolphins that following fall, which was 2023 fall, and then last fall.
Okay. So it was y'all was recruited or y'all just heard about the team?
And that's actually interesting you asked that because like what I was doing, I'm a big competitor, so for me, I wanted to put my kids in the best position where like they could play the best competition, also face adversity early, so like they could know how it goes, like with the sports thing and being in different environments and like going up the road. Like normal things, like no, a lot of people graduate high school, they go off like far away schools and stuff, and that's kind of like an adjustment. So I wanted them to kind of get that feel early.
Mm.
So so that was kind of the take on it. If I answered your question.
Yeah, yeah. Now that's dope, man. Cause a lot of times, man, it just feels like some people. It seemed like you went through your progressions before you actually went to that team,
Yeah.
right? Sometimes I just think that people they kind of run to teams that's already just hot,
Right.
right? And that it didn't come off that way. It just you felt like this was it. This is the team for you in your talent level. You
Yeah.
need to be with the best and stuff like that. But nah, that's dope, man.
Yeah,
So
and I give you a little bit more like so yeah, that's what I didn't really get to finish it. So I had did my background on them like right after probably like the end of that 8U season with the Broncos. I was like searching around like okay, who the best competitors around here? And I think I heard a lot about them too. So I was like, okay, and with it being his first season, and I seen how he performed. And then also I got an oldest boy too, both of them. I was like, okay, let me take you up the road to the number one team in the state and see how you perform. And like so your question was, did we get recruited or we reached out? So I reached out to the head coach and they hit me back, and I sent them a little film and stuff like that. And then we end up going up there, like watching them do certain stuff like 7-on-7 and stuff like that. And then when it came time to like the preseason practice and stuff, that's when he finally got to get out there with them and they instantly gravitated to him. And I mean, I know Nard specifically about him. Like he got a very severe work ethic. Like he one of them kids that like throughout the day or whatever, like we get out of school, like Dad, I want to go work out, or can we go to the gym and stuff like that. So I knew that if I put him in the right positions, he gonna sell. You see what I'm saying? Because his work
mm,
ethic always done beforehand. So
right.
that's just to give you the following back end of that story as well.
Yeah, it sounds like he's a coach's dream, especially that young. because a lot of them they rather go play, they rather play the game, go somewhere and play or do something different, and
Right.
then just play the game. But the fact that he has the work ethics, and I did see some videos with him on there, working out, doing some exercises and stuff. So now, that kind of cemented what I believed once I saw the video. So that's dope, man. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah, because like uh most kids, like if you take them to the best team wherever, like it's kind of hard to get out there. You got to think that was he came off his first season, like he literally did one season. He didn't do flag or nothing. He went straight to tackle at you, then we went straight to Mac. And most people that got to see him play or work out or whatever, they instantly think, and both of my boys think that they played like 2 or 3 years already because of the talent. Like, was never scared to get out there, hit nobody. It can actually hit. You know what I'm saying? It can do what most of the best players on that team could already do just for coming off one season of playing.
so when you went there, did you already know that they were going to start? That he
So,
was going to start, or did the coach tell you like, man, he going to have to work for this? All right, because
uh,
that's why I asked. Like, a lot of times when you get recruited, you kind of already got a spot solidified.
right.
When they took acceptance to him, did they say like, oh no, you already got a spot, or he had to earn it?
well, that me the dad I am with him. Like I told the coach this, and I tell every coach this when I meet him. Because I'm that dad that like, okay, when I'm trying to put my kids in certain positions or they gonna play a certain place, the first thing is first is like meet the coach and address thing firsthand. So I told him, I'm like, man, my boys already know like we don't get no handouts. You got to work for whatever you want, and that starts here. You see what I'm saying? Like a lot of people get it confused. So for us it's always at home first. Like we got to get it done here, and then once you get to the practice and the games, everything else is simple. So yeah, he was the coach would say that, but like I said, that's especially for Denard, like that was just automatic. Like he wasn't that child that like you had to get out there and be like, oh man, you got to pick it up, or like that's what I'm saying. Like he instantly hit the ground running, and I mean, so to answer your question, it wasn't a solidified spot, but in my head, I already knew he would start just because like he's not the average person when it comes to working out and stuff like that. Like he likes to do that. You see, I mean, he can speak on that if he want to
Yes,
himself as
sir. Go
well.
ahead.
So when I be getting home from school, I just be wanting to go work out because I want to get better like other kids.
Yeah. So who is a young man that you kind of your age, right? But you look up to him and get inspired. Not look up, but you get inspired and motivated. Is there any kid out there that's like that for you?
Like mean like a kid.
LA Mike.
LA Mike, man, that's a great example, man. Yeah, that's a great example, and I love it for this reason. Like sometimes, man, a lot of people they don't want to give other kids credit, right? Due to the fact that that they're their age or something like that. I love that for that simple fact. Like, okay, I can look at this young man and then he still say, I get inspired by this person.
Right,
That doesn't mean that he's better than you. That doesn't mean that you feel that way or anything. It just means that there's somebody out there that's competition that I can look at and still be getting motivated to want to do better. You know what I'm
right,
saying? That's
right.
what it said to me. But hey,
And that's another thing, Ken. Like that was the biggest part about Mac is that see my first thing in mind is that they play all the best teams. You see what I'm saying? So
okay.
now the first year we got there, that wasn't necessarily the case. But this following year, I knew I figured that was the ultimate goal, just off me just trying to think ahead of time, which it was. So this year they got to do that. And I got to see him play against the best of the best in his age group. And I mean, he could tell you, I guess, how he felt about that as well, too, about getting to play against the top players and stuff like that in his age group.
Yes, sir.
So when we play, who was it we play?
Y'all played WDG, y'all played Voodoo, y'all played SCD,
Oh,
uh what was that in Panama?
uh,
Crescent City. Yeah. So
yeah, when we played Voodoo, I thought. Wait, what was the question again?
he said Then what was your question? Oh
No,
no,
it was some you
how
was
did
telling
basically how
about
did it
some of the
feel to
best, yeah, some of the best players that you played against.
yeah.
Oh, I felt good because I wanted to play against the best people and see how I would do.
Dope. All right, so let me go ahead. I actually wrote down some stuff, and we just gonna, kind of glide down it. Um, I see that you actually play other sports, right? I think I seen you play basketball. How many sports do you play?
Too.
Yeah, you
Okay,
get
so
conditioning tracked.
oh, you run track as well?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, three.
conditioning wise, yeah.
Okay, I bet. So out of all those things, right? I still consider that a sport, obviously. But which one is your favorite?
Football.
Okay, by far. I mean, you looked it pretty good when it came to basketball. So is it just football? Do you feel like football is is your best sport, or that's the one
Yes.
you like the most?
Football is my best sport.
Okay, all right. So I'm gonna ask you this question: what do you rate yourself in basketball?
Out of what, like a 10.
I say, do you feel like you good? You feel like you just okay, or you just feel like you mediocre? How do you feel?
Okay.
Okay, all right. So I'm gonna ask you that same question with football. You feel like you good? Or I can no, I start with this since you said this. Do you feel like you're very good? Do you feel like you good or okay or just mediocre
You talking about with football.
in football this time?
Very good.
That's dope. All right. So how I already asked you how long did you play for the McDolphins? Um, so are you returning? See, we talked about last season. Are you returning the next season to the McDolphins?
I don't know yet.
You don't know? Okay, I do you want to? It's a difference. I mean, because you can have a different, you can have another team that you probably want to, play with or whatever. That's okay. But that don't mean that you want to play with them. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You
I
know,
want I want to play with a different team.
okay. Hey man, that's
Yeah, I asked him like we hadn't finalized. And then I asked him like at the end of the season, like how you feel and stuff, and did you want to switch team and stuff like that. He
mhm.
hadn't really gave me an answer. I'm not sure how accurate he is with his answer right now. He may be for sure. He ain't gave me a for sure answer yet. That was my first time hearing it, so I don't know if he for sure or not. I don't know if he
Yeah.
just because you asked him the questions, I just got to give him an answer. But if he might be for sure, I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. He got the jersey on. I think, right now he just is just that. But look, man, our feelings when we that young is switch. You might
Yeah,
feel
exactly.
like you want to do something else, but now when you're playing at a certain standard, could
Right.
those other organizations meet that standard? See, you're a champion, man.
Yeah.
So we gotta, you know what I'm saying?
And,
So,
and that's another thing. He literally done been in championship every fall, every spring, like since he started.
oh damn.
So that's a big that you mentioned that's a big deal too because it's like now he done went from playing at certain stages and it just always have gravitated up. So the worst thing we want to do is decrease that. You see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like, so that's why like the conversation I know for me had not been finalized because it's like it's certain things you could do, but it's like what's the benefit? It always got to be beneficial for career purposes and where you're trying to head in life, and that's the conversation I haven't been able to have with him,
Mm,
far as like what he want to do, far as this year and stuff like that. Because like I tell anybody, like I mean, I'm that dad that like when it comes to trying to put my kids wherever in certain positions, like I'm willing to do anything. Like we can land in Atlanta, we can land in Florida, like so. And I've told they coaches that a lot of people know that because like the traveling just from here to where we from to Mac, I don't know if you know or not, but just to fill you in something, it's like an hour when you're 10. So, you know, I know he kind of mentioned that like I think that was the thing, like having to get out of school, hit the road, go straight to practice, and come back down and trying to go to school and stuff. But we done did it 2 years straight, like, and it's
Mhm.
been all right. But I know, like, even for me, like, man, that road, man, get for real.
Right.
So they got that plays a lot of factor in, and not that it's not a huge deal, but I think like as a kid, I be trying to put my head in their head space, like, okay, let me imagine being a kid 2 and 3, 4 times out the week. We soon as got out of school, run up and down the road, like, and then come back home, going straight to sleep, going to school, and then trying to do it over, plus working out and all that. So
Oh, that's yeah, that's very
right,
yeah, taxing, on the body. But like I say, man, sometimes the one thing I will say is this. This is the one thing I want you to know. Mac Dolphins is on the radar, right? This is not me trying to persuade you to stay, but I'm telling you what I know. You guys are going to that team is going to get more eyes on them this upcoming season than
right,
they ever have. I am a person that's going to take interest. I'm going to film them, right? I know some of my other guys are going to film them and stuff
right,
like that. I don't want you to miss an opportunity to get that exposure that you need. And you see, Pops is basically, like, okay, let me see if I can get him on the show to, see if I can get him a little bit more exposure. How many
right,
ever people decide to watch this? So I know what you're aiming to do,
right,
but don't miss the opportunity to actually do it. And I think the eyes are going to be on Mac this year,
right,
especially, for that voodoo game and stuff, so just
right.
keep that in mind as well. Cause I know you want them eyes on you and you want the exposure because we know with that exposure come the exposure. You see what I'm
Yeah,
saying? The
yeah, for
the the
sure.
funds. And so that's what it's about.
Right.
So don't make a decision now. Just say,
Don't know.
yeah, I haven't fully thought about it yet.
Right.
I'm thinking, but I can see why you say that. Especially if you're driving an hour and 10 minutes, to every practice, and I'm guaranteed, y'all in a lot of traffic each time.
Yeah, man, what? Oh my God. Like, I mean, I'm able to navigate through it, but like literally probably like 10, 15 minutes from the exit every time is literally packed. Like every time.
Right.
But
And
this but
so
this my bad, go ahead, Ken.
now, cause I was gonna ask this next question. The next question was, it was, did you guys like? Did you wanted to play? Do you want to play in YNC? Was that an aspiration for you guys, or did you just want to try to defend your title?
uh Hold on, what you mean as him as a player? Because I know you called me coach, but do you think was you thinking that I coached for the McDolphins? I'm
No,
sorry.
no, 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 no. I call
Okay.
everybody. Yeah,
Okay, 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 okay. All right, I just making sure.
yeah.
So he actually was it, did you want to play? Was it a hype thing for you to play like in the YNC tournament up there in Panama, like when y'all play SD and all that? Or what was the second part, Ken?
Defend our title.
Oh,
Or did
I
you
heard
have aspirations to play for the YNC?
Yeah.
Which one?
that was preseason.
The inspiration to play in YSC.
Okay. All right. So that's a goal, and I think I'm not sure if I asked Coach that when I had him on here, but shoot, I don't know. I think he's willing to entertain both. So that I think that's what I got from it. I'm gonna have to go back and relook at it, but I just know some people, man. They want to play in both. Some want to play. They want to actually do AYF, YNC, C1N, right? So
Right.
they can say that they actually had the experience to play in all of them.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying. So that's
I
that's
know, like for me as dad, like that battle was the ultimate thing for me. Like when I remember when Coach Mike then put that out, I was like, man, this shit, like, I could not wait to see one, the team, and see, the coaches line up with the other coaches, and then specifically see him do his thing out there. Like, and I'm not gonna lie to you, like, it showed me whatever everything I thought. Like, he got out there and played ball with them, just like, they was any other normal team, you see what I'm saying? And I think, like I said, they played Crescent City, we beat them. We played some other team that wasn't that good, beat them, and then we played SED. Now that was the I like to see him in the bigger games, the tougher game where they're gonna be aggressive and stuff. And I think that's more of his field too. Like, he a real aggressive person, and like those. I think those are games where, like, you really see who he is. And I remember, not to say nothing bad about no kids and nothing, because that'll never be my motive. But I know he hit this boy in the SED game, and you could see it on his film. He knocked him off his feet.
Mm,
So, it's just seeing your child, and I'm speaking on it in the sense of just seeing your child play the top, like I said, the top teams in the nation, especially when we talking about number ones and number twos and number threes in the nation. And your kid probably one of the ones that only been playing like the lesser years like that. To me, that's big, and it show. I don't know if you know either, Ken. Like, I train my boys as well, so to see them go from just standing outside, like going through the motion, and then like a year or two later be playing on the biggest stages. I mean, like, I don't think no parent can, would want anything else. So
right, right. So being that you play SED, did you get a chance to go head up with Big Aiden? That boy been big. Yeah, he been damn near that size since he was what 6'U".
yeah.
Aiden been big, have you had that matchup? Like, did you get a chance to kind of hit him?
Yeah, I almost did, but the dude he had like when I was finna turn, he had pulled my jersey.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Man, SED is a really good team. And so those are only two games that y'all lost last year was
Yep.
Yep.
SED and Voodoo.
Yeah.
And I do want to ask this question with the Voodoo game. Man, what was y'all mindset? Y'all actually had them up. Do y'all feel like y'all just got too
We
far
just
ahead of yourself? Like, like what happened, man? When y'all was up at one point of the game, what was the conversations like?
So it was just defense we was in, and then we all our players they shifted right when the overload was right. All of our players shifted right, and then they
Mhm.
ran the opposite way, and then that's how
Okay.
they would score, and then we were just starting to give up.
Oh, so you felt like, but even so, y'all was up at one point. So once they scored and got back up, then y'all felt like it kind of just slipped away from y'all from that point. Yes, okay. Man, see,
And
that's the
that
only
that
thing
was a
with the
game right
Voodoo.
there, boy, to
Go-
see.
Yeah, go ahead, Coach.
Yeah, that
What was
that
your
was a
thoughts,
game to
though?
see. Huh?
What was your thoughts?
Man, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I'll tell anybody this, like, that. And I think I've heard you say this quite a bit about that Mac team. Like, truth be told, if trying to figure out to make sure I say it properly, like, if everything aligned right, I don't really think nobody beat that team. And if you do, maybe a touchdown too. Like, I tell a lot of people this, and they say, "Man, you talking about them beat Voodoo?" Like, even if, just like you, prime example, I think you said, I think I watched your video, and it might have been with Coach Mike. Like you said, we came right out the jump and went up. You see what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Like, so immediately you already know, okay, we can play with them. The only thing is if you can play for a quarter. So that's where, like he mentioned, he said his terms was they gave up. I don't think that wasn't the case. It's more so they, like, started folding a little bit. And then the bigger thing was, and not even so much that, I think, like Coach Mike said, it's a depth thing. Like, Voodoo was bringing out 8 linemen, bringing 8 more in, and, like, so I'm looking, I'm like, I know he played DN and stuff,
Right.
so I'm just like, man, bro, y'all about to have a field. And then they got the hurry up offense, so that's a
Thank
whole
you.
nother thing by itself. Like,
Mhm.
but the main thing, like he said, like, and Coach Mike said it, I think his words might have been they over strategize for the game, whatever. And that was true for defensive wise, and that's what it was. Like he mentioned, they was like shifting. They was either shifting the wrong way or shifting too much, or they was
Mhm.
clawed up in the middle, which and the gaps was wide the heck open. I mean, like typically for me when I'm watching the games, I'm not just watching the games. I'm actually studying the game as it go. Like I'm watching every mistake that go on and stuff like that. So I be the dude in the stands, like, hey coach, the right side gap wide open. You see, now
Yeah,
I know they get sick of me because they can hear me. I'm always trying to holler out the the things that can be fixed throughout the
game.
game. But so that literally was it. Had they had that defense right, like in the set up right, that game would have been a lot different. And had we been able to have a little bit more depth and just a little bit more energy, like that game should have went 4 quarters for sure.
I think what you just described was and you mentioned it as well, is the hurry up, fast pace that Voodoo runs. And I can see how you can shift the wrong way when you playing versus them because everything is fast paced. And then the way that they run their schemes, you don't know who gonna get the ball. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? And it's just their system. They got a system that it just works. Because they execute the plays, they run the plays, and then the linemen, they just do their job. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for
So
sure.
that's mainly what it is. But I can say, man, hands down, if they can get a little more depth, like you mentioned, right? On the
Right.
defense, right? A few
Mhm.
more big linemen, stuff like that. They're gonna be a force to be reckoned with because I don't see nobody passing on them. I mean, nobody stopping their pass. And that's the one thing that was a weakness for Voodoo. It was the passing game. And
Oh
that's
yeah.
what y'all did well. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So um
And then, can truth be told, like, and I'll let you finish. I'm sorry.
go ahead. No, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Man,
This
the
the
floor
thing,
y'all,
like,
man. Tonight,
this
y'all.
the this the thing, bro. Like, a lot of people don't even realize about Mac team, man. And if any of them watching, hopefully I'm speaking on everything properly, so nobody take nothing the wrong way. But like, yo, bro, that team so loaded with talent. Like, bro, you might get like in every game, you might get 2 or 3 stars really going off when really the whole team stars. You see what I'm saying? So when I say that, like, if everything can click on that team, I mean, like, if you can hit, if it's a possible way that offense could really get going with like all the stars, man, y'all will see that team be like 2 or 3 times better, bro. Like that, and that's no joke. Like that every wide out is nice. They got all the positions that they can utilize. Like I mean, it's bro. I hope it might happen this year. I mean, for the most part, they do a great job. I'm not saying that they don't. It's just when you behind the scenes, I think you able to see stuff sometime in a different light versus when you write up on it and you always strategizing and implementing stuff and stuff like that. But like that team, and Mike said it. Mike said it on that lot on his interview. He said, "Man, it's a lot of hymns on that team, man." It is, bro. I'm telling you. Like y'all don't even get this. If y'all could see all of them go off in one game, like that game will look a lot more crazy than what y'all normally get to see. Seriously.
Yeah. They're really a good team. I don't know if this coach Mike. He said McDolphin been on the radar. You could say they've been on the radar.
I
I
meant to
ain't
say
know
that
that.
when you said that. I meant to say
Yeah,
that.
but
I meant
that's
to
the
say that.
thing. They
Yep.
on the radar where? You see
Yep.
what I'm
Like
saying? Like I'm talking about far as
like nationally
Georgia
maybe.
didn't really know them like that. Like I think when you guys end up playing MBK, that's when they really just start like, oh damn, this team is for real, for real. You know what I'm saying? At the C1N. That's when I found out about you. You
Yeah,
know,
you got to remember though, like he said, they did win. I can't remember the years. Like they won what is the UYFL? They won that one year. Then D2, I think what twice, and then maybe D1 once. So nationally, they bidding up there. I guess they like to be a lot more quiet with stuff though. So maybe that's part of like they ain't everybody. You ain't gonna hear it. If they go win nationals, you ain't gonna see it all over the internet and stuff like that. You'll see a few people saying stuff. Shoot, I'll be one of them. But like. outside of that, they just not like really loud people when it comes to stuff, which is that's a cool thing I think too. So, but I think like now when you speaking on it nationally and you say, hey, we ain't heard about y'all, then it's like a cause and effect because it's like when y'all could be real loud about stuff, you really quiet. So it's like now it's just like. Well, we ain't heard it, y'all. He said I said it till blah blah blah, but realistically, y'all they been out there going crazy.
Yeah. So um because I did ask Craig that. I asked him, man, I said, what are some of the things that y'all can do to bring a little bit more exposure to the teams and the players? You know, he was saying that their main thing is to make sure everything is going the way it's supposed to. You know, so like my thing is yes, in the AYF region, you know, they probably well known, but when it comes to teams that are in the in the YNC. Matter of fact, I'm sorry. Let me take that back. I said I knew about y'all at MBK. I did see a game of y'all when y'all played in the YNC tournament. I seen that y'all played in that preseason.
Yeah,
And
it was out
yeah,
there.
I was like, damn, this team kind of good, you know. But I have the time that I got to see y'all again was with the MBK.
That's when we met you then. That's when we met you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So, you know, that's when I got a chance to really see them and I start talking about them a little bit. But you know, for the most part, man, I think y'all for sure the goods. And it let me know that when y'all beat Walk 'em Down. When y'all beat Walk 'em Down, I called y'all a 2.0 or 3.0 version of them because they passed the ball quite heavy as well. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
I don't think they did it quite like
Did
y'all.
did you see his film on that game? We walk down game. He had about 3 or 4 sacks in that game. They was pretty good sacks too. You didn't get to catch it.
Uh-uh.
Oh Lord, boy,
Uh-uh.
you got to go catch some of that film, boy. I'm telling you,
Yeah.
boy. He went crazy that game. Matter of fact, not to speak bad on nobody on that game too. He hit a boy real. Matter of fact, he hit a boy across the field. He hit him across the field. It was so loud you could hear the impact on our side of the field. So and he came from cross. So he came from like across field to hit him. So coming from
Mhm.
DN right side all the way left side field to hit him. Hit him. He hit him so hard that he hurt his. He didn't get hurt, but like he like laid there for a minute and then got
Yeah.
up. Like it was loud, man. It sounded like a car wreck a little bit.
That's man. But no, man, I think for the most part, man, y'all doing a really good job. I just say, you know, if I can have my say, just kind of, you know, tough it out. And because I don't want it to get to that point where, and I've been talking about, you know, certain parents and stuff like that, you know, they just been going from place to place and stuff like that. And I feel like it somewhat created, what can I say? It created I ain't gonna say a sense of entitlement,
Right.
but it didn't give that
Take your time, man. We got time.
it didn't really give them the opportunity to say like to really be, you know, with the org when things got tough. You
Yeah.
know, they you know, even when they thought about listening, I mean leaving, you know, instead they just duked it out, you know,
Right.
stayed there. You know what I'm saying? Got the exposure, got more exposure, you know, that type of stuff. I
Right.
think now when you look at a lot of the parents, what they're creating with their kids is they're creating instability.
Right. Exactly.
And you know what I'm saying? And that's the one thing that I don't want for nobody, the
Right.
instability, because it's like, well, I'm used to picking up, I'm used to leaving, I'm used to doing this, I'm used to doing that, everything except for, you know, sticking to it.
Staying and sticking it out. Right.
You see what I'm
And
saying?
it's crazy you say that because I like I said, I think that interview you talked, or at least the interview I seen the last, it might not have been your last one, but I heard you. It might have been the one with Mike and them. You were saying you were speaking on that too. And see, that's another thing about me. Like I told, and I ain't gonna keep saying certain coaches now. I'm just say Mac. when I took them to Mac, my whole thing was to find a home. Like I'm not that parent that want to be, even when stuff get tough. And truth be told, we face some adversity with going there, And I think that's anywhere, so it ain't to point out nobody. But um, like I told them straight up, like we're not coming here looking for handouts. We're gonna work for everything, like, and we looking for a home, like where we can grow at. They can learn, they actually learn the game, and they can grow and be what they need to be. Because I knew for me, for my boy, that's all I need. Like, we're gonna do the background work. You see what I'm saying? All I need for them to get around is like players of their caliber or better. Get around the right coach and people that's gonna love them like their own child, like I would do anybody else child. And then we go on to the next level. Like so, that was my thing, and I'm not that parent that when stuff go wrong is like, all right, let's pack it up and leave. I'm that parent to tell them like, look, this is what's going on. When you go back to the drawing board, like, let's mark this out. Let's mark this out. Then when you step back out there, like you got to make. I'm a firm believer in making people respect you. You see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
You gonna catch him yawning a lot, man. He done we done train. He had basketball practice, so he probably a little sleepy, which is fine. But yeah, I'm that parent that tell my kids like, bro, it's I love it. You'll see if you catch it in my post. Like I'm always talking about adversity because that's what makes the best of them. You know what I'm saying? I was that child and adult that face it and still go through it every day. And Nard is just like that too. Like this kid faces adversity all day wherever we go. You know what I'm saying? So I can see it being one of them things now and nowadays where like, it started to bother me as a kid. Like, and I try to stress that to people, but a lot of people look at him and they learn his demeanor and think that like, he that just like they do with me, like, okay, this kid can just, we could keep throwing blows at him, you know what I'm saying? And, then he get to snapping out, it's almost like, well, he just got a bad attitude, but it's like, no, some kids you gotta look a little deeper. He got a real passion for what he do. So it shows in his attitude. It's like, like I'm hungry for this, I'm hungry for that. Like I like to eat. Like I want to make sure everybody eat. And that's just his thing. Like, and I try to express that, but I know it's a growing thing too, because personally for him, he got to understand that like you got to carry yourself a certain way with certain stuff because this is going to be a case wherever you go or whatever you with whatever you do and anything you face in life. So and I think this year is his growing year with that. Like I done seen a lot of changes in him. So I think like going into this year, wherever he be at or whatever he do, like I could tell that his mental is getting a lot better. But it also is part of his aura. Like he got that dog in him. Like, and anybody know about real dog, them dogs bark for real. Like
Mhm.
so that's his thing. I'm just trying to make sure he understand like it's a time to bark and it's a time, to just stay quiet. Let that hunger stay inside of you to answer your question.
Right. So, what team that you want to play this season that you didn't get a chance to play last year?
Voodoo.
Then you
No,
play
you played
defense.
Voodoo last year.
And
You
so
wanna
what
I know
team?
you wanna play them again. That's the
Yeah,
champ,
heck yeah.
right? But what team that you have not played that you
Haven't
wanna play?
played that you want to play.
Mm,
Like, did y'all play PME? Did y'all play what's some other good teams? Oh, did y'all play Bessemer? Did y'all
Mm-mm.
yeah, you see? Yeah, that's probably like a team right there.
I don't know, Ken. That's kind of hard though, cause it's like they played Voodoo and they played SED, and then I guess what about how you pronounce the team, that WOJ team? How y'all say it? Woo.
Woj.
Whoa, we
Yes.
didn't. They didn't get to play them. That might out of all the other teams. I know Brick City out the conversation. I ain't gonna lie. I seen that team. I said, man, I don't know. We need to step on the field. Them boy.
Hey, now look, they gonna be good. I think they Miami Garden Ravens. So a lot of those people went to to the Miami Garden Ravens. So the I guess the players that's able to make it,
Yeah.
they went there. You know what I'm saying? So
I did see that too. I did. I haven't like looked deep. I seen something about that Miami Garden Ravens team. So now don't get me wrong. Like I say, man, Matt got the capability to do like super great things. Like they like Coach Mike said on the chat. I don't see the comments, but uh that team has been pretty great from the jump, far as I know. And like I say, it's literally like a light switch for them over there, man. Like they can flick that switch and it just be, and it could be in like that last year with some stuff, I truly believe. But Brick City, you said Bessemer. I haven't got to see much of them. I don't even think DENARD know much about them. I seen a little bit about that team you just said. Would you say Woj? A little bit
Yeah,
about them, and then like outside, probably like another team that's under them. I don't really think they're gonna get a. He'll get an effect from anything outside of them teams. To be real, like,
yeah,
cause see another thing too. I didn't get to say like in the spring he usually plays up. So like last spring he was what 10 played 11U and 12U. So I mean, he kind of be prepared for like the kids his age for the most part, at least him specifically.
yeah,
Um,
man. They gonna be good though, man. I think the team that everybody I think it's a team called Georgia Rattlers. If they get the pieces that I know that they should get, man, they're gonna be good. See, them one of them teams that's kind of under the radar, but they really
yeah,
good. They went to see one in. They didn't win it though. But like they got, they got some teams, 4-4. They got the 4-4 Bulls. They got the Georgia Rattlers. They have what's the other teams that's 10U? Um
I can't think
and
of
they
it.
got they got a slew. I will have to see the list, but yeah, that's
And
definitely one that the Bessemer game. That's one that you guys will probably want to make and put on y'all radar. I mean, put on y'all schedule because they are really good, man. They're
and y'all and they'll be what 11U this upcoming year. Oh, well,
yeah
this year. I'm sorry.
yeah they will be what y'all be 11U. Yep, they'll be
Yep.
11U just
Yep.
like y'all, man.
Okay.
And to me, for the past 3 years. Well, at least in the YNC, when you go and you play, at the 11U, man, it's the best teams that you think gonna win that just don't win, bro. It's one of those surprise, anything can happen. Age groups like last year, Georgia Eagles.
Lost. They lose.
Yes, they
I
lost
remember seeing that. I was shocked, bro. I was shocked.
undefeated. As soon as they got there, man,
That's why I must say that's
went
why I ain't
in.
see my boy on Facebook. Like I know I ain't see him on the book like that much this year. I can't think of his name. What's the coach for that?
For who? For which one?
Georgia Eagles. They
Oh,
would have.
Davis, Coach Davis, James Davis.
Yeah, man. Like
Yeah,
I
man.
ain't.
Yeah, he took 2 bruises.
Yeah, I
He
know that was tough for him.
because they lost with as RDE, right? That was 9U. Then they lost 11U. So
Mm.
it's like, man, bro, he got double heartbroken,
But
But let me ask you, man, What is your favorite college team?
Mm, um,
NFL then. Yeah, he's sleepy.
the
okay,
Ravens or
yeah.
Chiefs
He's
You
sleepy.
said the Ravens?
or Chiefs.
Oh, gee. Oh, nah. We got to end this interview. Did you just say the Chiefs?
No, I said the Ravens.
You said the
Oh,
Ravens are the Chiefs.
oh. Okay. Because, man, Patrick Mahomes, I don't know, man. That dude must have a heavy bill with them officials. That bill must be heavy because, bro, I ain't never seen too many people get as many calls as he get. Personal fouls. Like, you do all the running in the world. You touch that man, they're gonna call a personal foul. You know what I'm saying? But
who
yeah,
your who your favorite team, Ken?
I ain't got one.
Yeah, you ain't got me neither, but truth
I
be
ain't got
told, I don't even really watch sports for real, for real. I know how to play the game and I know how to prepare for the game. I don't even know. Do you even watch NFL sports like that and stuff? Or you watch the highlight? He probably watched a lot of the highlights and stuff like that, but I don't really see him like watching the game and stuff.
Yeah, man, my guy tired, man. I'm gonna go ahead and get y'all up. But look, I do want to ask this question though, Coach. So
Okay.
we in the age of the NILs, right?
Right.
And some of the things that they looking for, right? They looking for kids to, make sure that the kids and stuff treat their IG, their Instagram as like a business. They
Mhm.
that you are marketable, right? You got enough followers and stuff like that, enough influence on the people that you actually interact with.
Right.
So, or just people that interact with you in general, right?
Right.
So, what are some of the things that you are doing to help him prepare, to be in position to get NILs?
Man, Ken, for me, bro, like I'm a marketing fool. I use a better word. I'm a marketing professional for the most part. Like I don't know how much you know about my background. Like I came up as a young dude in business, so like I was one of the guys in my generation, really the first one. And if anybody from my city on this chat, they could tell you like I was doing marketing when I didn't even know it was marketing. I've always been able to sell myself, not even knowing that's what it was. Sold my businesses and like so if you don't know, I work for myself and I also work a job too now. So I have three businesses that I marketed. Like I probably my first one, I basically been cutting grass since 8 years old, but I started officially as a business by like 17, 16, 17, cutting by myself. So marketing is like my thing. Like it's like a natural thing for me. Like the videos you see from him this year, I literally got that camera like right at preseason, and it didn't take me no time to learn how to record it, get it off the camera, get it on the laptop, edit it, and get it right on out. Like it took me no time. So them videos you might see, I literally just learned how to do that instantly. I used to just do it from my phone. So and I think for him, like Nard is just one of them people that like you see he real similar to me in that aspect. Like he just one of them people person. Like I don't know if people how they think of him and stuff like that, but he's one of them people that he'll help you with anything, like and he gonna do it to a perfection. You see what I'm saying? Like I say, he gonna work hard. So it's like when it come to marketing, I noticed when I would just started putting him on videos and stuff, like just as well as my videos do. Like now, I moved out the way and let him just start taking over the media. And like if you go down is the videos and see, you'll see like it's very rare that I pop a video about him whether he riding a four wheeler or cutting grass and stuff like that. That like he gonna do 1,000 views easily. So and he done already went viral on TikTok before. Like the first video I put him on TikTok went like 350,000 views. So I know he's familiar with it. And for me, it's just like I said, it's art for me. Like I'm just a person of art. Like it's free will. Like it's a gift for me. Um, and I think honestly, to be honest with you, Ken, like my marketing is so good that like a lot of times it bother people, bro. Like
Mhm.
I'm one of them people that can just say, "Hey, it's me," and people will be mad just because you know what I'm saying. Like, and it's sad to say, but it is really true. Like, I can get on the internet right now. It used to be a time, bro, and this why I don't really post much now because it used to be a time where I can get on just be marketing my business and stuff, and just because I was doing well or something like that, like people just they just act a certain way or they look at you a certain way, and it's like in reality you just like me and now, like we the people that'll help you, like if push come to shove. So but far as like sports and stuff, like I feel like that'll be where we kind of like a little bit more advanced than some people. Not to take away from a lot of people, but it's just one of them things I've always been pretty great at that I ain't had to go like study or learn. It's literally like I can get on my phone right now and just get up there and market some stuff. And it's just like the creativity from behind is always different. And it's just a lot of it's just cause my mentality of things too. So that it just kind of sticks out a little bit more. And I'm very well aware of that. So I have to kind of watch at times how I market stuff. That's why, like I said in this interview, I'm trying to even say stuff a certain way so it don't like backfire or people don't be upset about it. Cause it's really hard just being myself. Even with like Nar, like he can't just be himself, and then not piss people off, to be honest with you.
Hey man, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say that as somebody that's actually playing the game to where you're going to be in the spotlight, yeah, that can't be a thing. Meaning that you know can't worry about people. Like even with me doing
Right,
this show, I get people that may not like it, right? I get
right,
people that say, "Man, your show trash," and then I come on and be like, "Hey, man, welcome to the most trash show that you've ever seen." You know
right.
what I mean? Like, I mean, but I know my aim. I
Right,
know
exactly.
like my aim is to help these babies get some exposure and to help them, help bridge the connection with NFL or whatever sports athletes and to also bridge the gap with the knowledge right? For players to have the self knowledge of how to get themselves recruited,
Right.
because some coaches are lazy, right?
Right.
So
Exactly.
they take all of your talent and they never even, push it towards the colleges. So that's
Right.
what I'm doing. I'm building connections with recruiters, so when I see a player, if I think that they're, like a SEC team or something, like, SEC ready or something like that,
Let's see
then
that.
I'll call somebody. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying, for that. But I don't get caught in, because the thing about it is I don't get caught in that, because when you worry about that, a lot of times we just don't become successful, because
Right.
people gonna always have something to say.
Yeah,
You
you're
know what I'm
right.
saying? And that's the one thing that I realized. But yeah, man, I definitely, my guy up there sleepy, and is well deserving. So for those who end up seeing it, don't think that he just sleepy. He worked hard. He's a workaholic.
Yeah.
He's a great young man. He can play the game, all those things. You feel what I'm saying? So he earned the right to be tired, and it's damn near, bedtime. So, but yeah, coach, man, go ahead and let them know your handle, and just and let them know just a little bit about whatever it is that you want them to know about what's going on with you guys.
For us, I mean, the formula always been simple as that. Like, when we go to sleep and wake up, is just work hard. Like, get up and try to be better than the day before. Always look for the right spots, the right position, the right places to be in. Definitely the right connections. Always pushing I'm the dad that my life really revolves around my kids, like Dion said on his end. He say, every move I make for my kids. And I really admired him saying that, because like what you learn when you live like that is that you see God bless you and continue to bless you, and not just you, your kids as well, and everything around it, because that's the ultimate goal. Like, I think a lot of people, they have kids, oh, that's just my kid, but it's like they're sent here for reasons. Your kids sent here with purposes, and I'm that dad to know that. So it's like it's my duty to help them see it, understand it, and fulfill it as a father. You see what I'm saying? So we just, continue to press fast forward and keep going every day, like, wait for the obstacles and the trials to come, and we're gonna leap over them and keep making every soul respect us, whether it's personality, business, sports, whatever it is. We're gonna always make people respect us. And for the ones that's watching, like, y'all know that. If you know me, you know it, and you're gonna hear my mouth about it, and then we're gonna show you in real life. That's how my kids are raised. Like, I don't teach them to be disrespectful. I don't teach them to, I teach them manners. I teach them to work hard for every single thing. If y'all meet us, we ain't coming to look for no handouts. So if when it come to working hard as such, if that's a problem, like, just say that we move out the way or whatever. But and then for Nar, like, and my oldest boy, I just had a new baby, he a boy. So like we got generation to come, and it ain't all about sports for us, getting your education, just making sure they got everything laid out, a foundation they can grow from. Whether that's school, coming, after leaving school, come home, we can go back to work and just doing business or whatever. And then if you want to excel in sports or whatever, like, I just make sure they got all the options, man, to do and be who they want to be. And sometimes it get a little rough with them, because, I'm not super hard on them or nothing like that. And I give them that free will too. It's like, you don't like the day. Today was one of them days where,
Go ahead, go ahead.
oh, okay. Today was one of them days where we got the train. We trained yesterday, and it was a little rough lift day. And we trained today, and I could tell they was a little sluggish. So I was like, "Hey, look, come on, man. I ain't wasting my time today." So I give them they free will to make their choice to do what they want to do. And outside of that, man, like, we supportive of everything. Like, we're not selfish people. Even like the people we compete against. When we compete against you, we're gonna compete at the highest level. And then after that, it's all fun and games. Like, we like to have fun and, joke and laugh and just live life. I think people be too uptight about stuff nowadays. Like, you can't lose a game and joke about it, and then, people not want to fight or have problems with you, or just because you seem to always have the upper hand, like, people got an issue with you. So we cool, laid back, chill people, man. If you want to have fun and compete and stuff like that, that's us, and that's all we strive for, man. That's literally it. Like,
Facts. But yeah, man, I appreciate y'all coming on, man. And definitely keep striving. Definitely make sure that you take a little bit more pictures, of the young bull, because that's what most people look for,
Right.
more so than anything.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, I think he got the work ethics. He got all the tools necessary to become successful. It's just that, you gotta keep that will to win. As
Yep.
long as you do that, you will win. So, but yeah, man, I thank y'all for
Okay.
tuning in, man.
And we appreciate you, man. It's always love, man.
Oh, thank you, appreciate you. But hey, y'all hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Like you see, I'm trying to build a platform for these babies. And y'all can help me out just by simply following, liking, and subscribing. To the Facebook and to the YouTube. That's how I
Yeah.
get it out in the algorithm. But man, y'all have a blessed night. I'm out.
I can't appreciate.